Alright, so alongside with these rims, we're also going to repaint the calipers in a copper color. So the customer painted them right a while ago. Did a pretty good job, and I'm going to also go over the steps of how to properly paint brake calipers. Easiest way to do it. So we're going to start off by spraying brake cleaner. Brake cleaner cleans all the contaminants off the caliper, and it also dries very quickly. You could actually see it drying 1, 2, 3, which is great when you're spraying them. So you want to get the caliper nice and clean with this. Down before I start spraying the other ones. Alright, so I start off with a wire brush. This is just to break up any loose paint, anything like that. Now we're going to prime these, so you don't have to get all the paint off. You don't have to really go back to bare metal. This is just going to break up any loose paint, and then we'll hit it with some sandpaper. I start off with 80 grit, and then go up to a finer coarse sandpaper. Now I like to use the wire brush because it gets into the hard to reach nooks and crannies that I can't really get with the sandpaper. It makes it a lot cleaner. Now this one you can see, majority of the paint is coming off. It's probably because he didn't sand the calipers down well enough before we sprayed them. Not a big deal. Only problem is if you do go for a brake job, you know, a lot of guys do the brakes themselves, but if you go for a brake job and they spray brake cleaner, or if they, you know, mishandle the caliper at all, your paint will start to chip. That's why you want to sand down the caliper really well. Give it a nice smooth finish, clean it up really well. Usually need about 2 cans of brake cleaner because I do use a lot to make sure everything is very clean. In between every coat of sanding, I'll spray the brake cleaner. To make sure everything is really clean. Spray someone here on the brush. Alright, now we're gonna use the sandpaper. This way I can show you guys exactly what to do. Wanna hold it? So what I do is, since we have 4, break it up, fold this, then you just start sanding. So you do the face first, in order to get everything smoothed off. And then I fold it a couple more times to get into the nooks and crannies.
Your wife is funny, I'm gonna break this down so now when you walk around. She called me. She said stop writing my fucking husband. At first I thought it was something else. I thought it was Joyce's wife called me.
So that's after our first part of the sanding. As you can see, some of the metal is exposed again. Like I said, you don't really have to go back to bare metal, especially if the coats are thick enough. You could run your fingernail through it and it doesn't come off. That means the coats are thick enough. And since we are going to prime them first, it'll cover the old paint. We want to just really sand it down just to get any old bits and pieces off, make it even looking again. We're going to do the other three, and then we'll come back once we start to tape off the calipers. This way you guys could see how to tape it up. So now we're going to tape everything up before we finish prepping it with Prep Sol and alcohol. So what you want to do is your first couple of strips, you want to wrap behind the caliper. Now it's okay if you don't get every part of the rotor, because at the end, when you peel the tape up, the brake cleaner takes it right off the rotor, especially if it's still wet, which is the best part. So you just want to get as much tape as possible. Now in here, make sure you don't go too close, because you want to get back here. So you got to make sure the tape doesn't cover back here. Now anything you don't want paint to be on should be covered. Anything you want paint to be on shouldn't be covered. So now, we either use newspaper or plastic. Plastic bags are the best, because you could actually wrap it around everything.
See if I'm bringing that dirt to leave. I guess it's better.
Now we're also gonna take a piece of plastic or a piece of newspaper, cover this up, cover it back here, and then this is pretty much the best way to tape the caliper up. As you can see, I taped up the bolts over here. And then the best way to spray it too is once you start spraying, turn the wheel towards you. This way you get the whole back half. Like I said, we're gonna finish prepping these up, give it another coat with this, 2 more things with the sandpaper, and then prep it with alcohol and Prepsol. I just wanted to show you guys the best way to tape it up. Gonna continue on the other 3, and then once we start spraying, we'll come back to the video. All right, guys. So back to the calipers. I primed them with silver primer caliper paint. So, you know, the AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts and the auto parts stores, they sell usually 3 colors that are made for calipers, which are black, yellow, and red. So he wants to do copper calipers or gold calipers on this car. So what we do is we buy a caliper primer, which is silver, and that allows you to do any color imaginable because this will heat up and not the exterior coat. So I actually bought the gold engine paint. This way it will stand the temperature a little bit better. Do a test spray. Now this paint is very thin. As you can see, it's dripped from the paper. So you want to spray from a distance. So I'm spraying from about 1.5 feet away. First coat, again, just a tack coat. Please excuse the background noise. So this would be the first coat for now. You know, you don't want it to drip, so you want to do a nice light coat for the first couple of coats. And then I'm gonna spray the other 3. And then probably 2 or 3 more coats. Make sure everything's covered properly. You want to get back there, underneath. So the first coat's just a tack coat. Make sure this paint's spraying right. Make everything look good. Gonna go back to spraying these. These are almost done drying. This is a separate video. Get back to those when we start spraying it with the clear coat. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys. So this caliper is, well, all the calipers are finished, but just chose this one to film. As you can see, it's painted all the way around in copper, gold, whatever color you want to call this. So now, I'm gonna just take all the tape off and everything. Yeah, stop peeling the rest of it.
Mom, I haven't seen you since the old shop.
And always make sure you take all the tape off before you give the customer's car back. So now, once as you can see up here, there's a little gold overspray. Like I said before, not a problem over here too. Comes right off a brake cleaner. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the tape off of everything else because I'm gonna spin this to make sure we get everything off, but I wanna do everything at once. So you can see all the overspray, but I'll show you how easy it is to take it off. I'll do it right now. All right, so to remove the excess overspray, very simple. Get a microfiber, dirtiest one you have. Hit it with some brake cleaner. The lefty, so I'm gonna grab my left hand. And then literally just rub. See how it comes right off? Everything just comes right off very easily. You can actually see he actually got a little red overspray. Now it's important to do this while everything is still pretty much wet, because if it dries too much, it's going to be a lot harder to take off. So if you have a stubborn piece like the top here, spray it. Get your finger in there, just scrub it away. You could also, take the caliper off if you really wanted to. It takes a lot of time to do that kind of stuff. So Then that bristle brush that I had before, you know, grab it again and use it on this. But I wanted to show you guys, you know, how to take the bulk of it off. Very simple. Great way to clean everything up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. Have any questions, feel free to contact me. Leave a comment, give me a call. Follow us on Instagram at galaxy_vinyl. My number's on there. Give me a call any time of the day. Any questions, just give me a call. I'll be happy to answer them. If you guys want to come down, have me do the work, you can do that as well. Everything we do is by appointment, so give me a call. And like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.